Hello, May class. This is just a response to the discussion we had this morning in our live lesson about the science topic. Obviously, we are doing a topic on living things and their habitats. So in the lesson, we just discussed what we'd seen outside, what we thought was a living thing, what we thought classified it as a living thing. So we had a short discussion about that. And one of our children thought about the fact that it was a natural thing. So we briefly discussed whether or not all natural things are living things. So for example, if we were looking at the outside and we looked at natural things outside, we looked at trees, we looked at grass, we looked at rocks, we looked at the ocean, and we thought about that for a second of, something like a rock. Is it, although it is a natural thing, is it a living thing? And we decided that for it to classify as a living thing, it needed to be able to grow. And then we discussed the other things that it may need to be able to do to be classified as a living thing. So it would need to grow, it would need to breathe. And then I mentioned that in today's science lesson that you're going to watch next, that there are 7 processes that something needs to do to be classified as a living thing. So if it hasn't got those 7 processes, we can't classify it as a living thing. It needs to be able to do these 7 processes. So that is what the next lesson is going to be looking at. So we just discussed that briefly. And then we also discussed what a habitat was. And we decided that a habitat was where the home for something, where it lived, was. We also discussed the question that I posed at the end of the cold task about whether or not something like a polar bear, which lives in the Arctic, would be able to live in somewhere like the savannah or the desert. And we said no, because obviously it's too hot, it needs ice, it needs cold. So we're looking at the fact that what it needs is in the habitat that it already lives in. And if we moved it from its habitat, it's then not got the things that it needs. So we will obviously be going a little bit more into in depth into all of this, but it was just an introductory lesson into living things and their habitats. And we were just having a short discussion about that. So in the next lesson that you're going to watch, you are going to look at the 7 processes and things that classify it as a living thing.